Hello and welcome back to the Auntie Lisa show. Let's see what we're going to do a story about today. Right, bag number 1. There will be a lion. Ooh, bag number 2. There will be... Okay, I didn't engineer that, but obviously Aleksander, Aunty Lisa and Kristoffer. Oh no, I dropped them on the floor. Okay. There we go. We're in it, obviously. Shellington. Off of the Octonauts. Lovely. We have another one from the silver one. JB. Super scientist. And Dashi. Also an Octonaut with her camera. Lovely. Right. And her nice little clips in her hair. That's good hair, Dashi. Right, let's see. Oh, that's handy. Sky's helicopter. Nice to have a helicopter. I'd like a helicopter, I think. Okay. Cucumber. Not quite sure why I put that in there. Right, and there's another one from here for good measure. A plane, okay. 2 flying things. A lot of flying. We do not have a place yet. Okay. The fun fair. Ooh. Okie dokie, that will do. Right. One day, it was the winter time, and it was cold and really windy and really dark, and that kind of drizzle that comes down that hits you in the face and hurts because it's so cold was happening, and it was just absolutely grotty weather outside. And Aleksander and Kristoffer and Aunty Lisa were really, really bored. And I mean really bored. They played all the games they could think of and they had absolutely run out. And they thought, right, what are we going to do? So they thought, okay, maybe we could go on a little trip somewhere. Or maybe go somewhere where the weather is not quite this grotty. Would be quite nice. So they said, hey, Mummy and Papa, do you mind if we all pop out to somewhere sunnier? And Mummy and Papa said, sure thing. And so they all got on an aeroplane at the airport. And it was a big aeroplane and it flew a really long way. While it was in the air, something crazy happened. There was a lightning storm. And then, out of nowhere, in the window that Aleksander and Kristoffer were looking out of, appeared something absolutely crazy that you would not believe. It was a Pteranodon flying in the air. 1 minute it wasn't there, and the next minute, little lightning strike, boop, Pteranodon. Imagine that's how they flew. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, I don't believe my eyes. They must be playing tricks on me. Nope, that's definitely a Pteranodon. And they was like, how is the Pteranodon keeping up with the airplane? It must be crazy fast flying, this Pteranodon. So then they poked Aunty Lisa. Hey, Aunty Lisa, there's a Pteranodon at the window. And Aunty Lisa went, yeah, and carried on watching her TV. And then Aleksander and Kristoffer went, no, there's really a Pteranodon at the window. And Aunty Lisa went, what? There's a Pteranodon at the window? My eyes must be playing tricks on me. But there it is, a Pteranodon at the window. Something very strange has happened here. Now, the plane carried on flying, and the Pteranodon carried on flying, and he's getting a little bit faster because the plane's ever so quick. And they were like, I wonder if anyone else has noticed the Pteranodon at the window. And then they thought, perhaps we shouldn't mention it. Might unsettle some of the passengers. So anyway, eventually the plane landed, and it landed at the airport in a lovely, hot, sunny country, whose name is, let's go for Mexico. Why not? Nice, hot, sunny place. Never been there. Nice to visit. So they landed in Mexico. Arriba, arriba. Now, that's what they say in Mexico all the time. So they landed in Mexico and they came off the plane. Mexico. Mexico. What a beautiful land. And everyone there was super happy. And they did dancing in the streets. And it was really cool. And then they remembered, hang on a minute, there was the Pteranodon at the window. Let's not get distracted. I wonder whether it landed anywhere. How very interesting. Now, just so happens that also in Mexico was El Fuego, because he has Mexican roots. He loves the Mexican culture and talking like this. And he was visiting his family in Mexico with JB, who, as we know, is the lab scientist, and she's super clever. And so Aleksander and Kristoffer and Aunty Lisa called them up. And they said, hey, JB, are you there with El Fuego? And JB said, yeah, sure we are. We're visiting Mexico. And JB caught on the line and went, yeah, we're visiting my family in Mexico. They're a bit surprised that I'm now a skeleton, but they're okay with it. And so Aleksander and Kristoffer said, hey, we just saw a Pteranodon flying at the window of the plane. Do you have any idea what's going on? And JB said, well, y'all, I did get some strange readings earlier on my mobile phone app. There must be some extra magic stuff going on around Mexico City today. Okay, well, Mexico, the country, not just the city. All right, I tell you what, let's meet up and we'll all gather our brains together and see what we can figure out. So, they met up in Mexico in a little taverna, which is like, I think a restaurant or a bar, I can't remember. They met up anyway, and they had some cucumber sandwiches, which you don't get many of in Mexico, but they asked especially, and so they made them. So they were eating their cucumber sandwiches, and they said, are you sure? Are you sure you saw a Pteranodon flying at the window? And Aleksander and Kristoffer and Aunty said, yeah, we know our Pteranodons. It was a Pteranodon flying by the aeroplane. And JB said, right, I'm just going to research and see if anyone else has seen some strange things around here in Mexico. So she started talking like that. And she, there's been a sighting of a Triceratops down at the beach. And, whoa, a group of velociraptors chased a bunch of tourists at the fun fair earlier. Oh, that's pretty serious. Oh, okay, but they didn't eat them. That's good. Okay, what else? Oh my goodness. That enormous scary sea dinosaur was spotted in the ocean just off of Mexico. Oh, that's pretty bad. Oh dear, he's eaten some pretty nice sea creatures as well. Oh no, hey, we should get in touch with the octonauts and see if they know anything about this. So, Aleksander and Kristoffer called up the octonauts. And Dashi answered. And they said, hey Dashi, have you seen anything strange in the ocean? And Dashi said, oh my gosh, we've seen so much strange stuff lately. We nearly got eaten by an enormous sea monster from prehistoric times. But I took some photos of it that I can show you if you like. I'll send them over to your mobile phone. Bing. And Aleksander and Kristoffer looked. Whoa, that's a terrifying sea creature. Okay, Dashi, right, it's really important that you guys and Shellington and everybody of the Octonauts don't get eaten by that massive sea creature, okay? You've got to be really careful. I tell you what, we'll send someone to meet you. We'll come and meet you out in the middle of the ocean, all right? And maybe get you out of there. But Dashi said, well, we can't abandon ship. We can't abandon ship. It's our octopod. We can't leave it. And they went, oh, okay, right. I tell you what, get the octoport to the nearest port, okay? Okay, all right, we'll meet you there. Okay, bye. So, the Octonauts took their octopod to the nearest port, and Aleksander and Kristoffer and Aunty Lisa and JB and El Fuego also went to meet them there. And they all met up now. Whoa. There is some crazy goings on, and they shared the pictures that they had and all the information that JB had found on the internet. And Shellington was getting pretty scared because it's really scary stuff. And they said, right, okay, maybe the fun fair is like the centre of this problem, because all the different sightings of different creatures seem to be around, like grouped around the fun fair. That seems to be the source of the problem. So what we need to do is go and visit the fun fair. But the fun fair is a really long way away. How are we going to get there quickly enough? And Aleksander and Kristoffer and Aunty Lisa had to think. They went, I know. We've got a friend with a helicopter. So they rang up Sky. And Sky was more than delighted to fly over and take them all in her helicopter to the fun fair. And so that's what she did, because she also happened to be holidaying with a couple of her friends from the Paw Patrol. They had been down on the beach that day, and they had actually seen the Triceratops, so she already knew that it was all kinds of crazy out there. So Sky also brought Chase along, because Chase was on the case. Anyway, so she brought Chase along, and they all flew to the fun fair. Now, they all landed at the fun fair, and it was a very hot day, but it was deserted. And I thought, well, this is really strange. The fun fair is deserted on a really lovely sunny day when everyone could be here riding on scary, scary rides and eating ice cream. Very odd. And then they looked around and they looked up in the sky and they realised that the fun fair had like a dome of magic over it. All surrounding the fun fair was like a force field all around the fun fair, like bright lights. And anytime anyone tried to get into the fun fair, it went zzz, and gave them a little fright. Zzz, and they went, oh. So there was loads of people outside the fun fair, nobody inside. As it turned out, that was probably for the best, because this seemed to be where all the prehistoric creatures were appearing from all of a sudden. Now, it was at this point that they met a very unusual creature. Well, not so unusual in itself, but unusual in its abilities. And it was a lion. And the lion was at the fun fair. But it was an unusual lion, as I said, because this lion could talk. And the lion walked over to them. It was kind of purring, it's quite happy. And everyone went, the lion, stand very still. Maybe it's like T-Rexes. If you stand perfectly still, he can't see you. And the lion came up.